Afternoon, my friends. First of all, what are you doing on LinkedIn on a Saturday? You should be spending time with your friends and your family. My excuse is the missus is at the gym, baby's in bed. I've got 2 hours to get some work done. So I'm bringing this message. Look, I want to put something to bed. Something that I see cropping up all the time. Something that most of you, as say the general public, that not necessarily involved in fitness, but unfortunately a lot of people in the fitness industry still believe this, and I'm going to hold my hand up. I'm going to hold my hand up. 10 years ago, this is what we all kind of believed, and that is the incidence of insulin being a major player in weight gain, weight loss. Now, let me tell you about insulin. We can't ignore insulin. Insulin is released. There is an insulin response from every single food, whether it's protein, fats, or carbs. Depending on the food source will depend on the amount of insulin released. For example, bowl of Frosties, bowl of cornflakes with milk, very high glycemic, will elicit a very large insulin response. What that means is blood sugar goes up. To combat that, the pancreas will release insulin, okay, to bring that blood sugar back down. Now, it was thought, and still many people think this, that because insulin is a fat storage hormone, it's also very anabolic, which means it'll help you build muscle. Because it's a fat storage hormone, every time insulin is released, it's going to make you fatter. This could be true, but only in a calorie surplus. Okay? We have a calorie deficit. That means where you're eating fewer calories than you take in, than you burn. Sorry, you're eating fewer calories than you burn. That's a calorie deficit. Calorie surplus is when you're taking in more calories. That's when you get fat. Now, you could, despite what anyone thinks or says, you could have 4 bowls of cornflakes every single day. And if that was only 800 calories, despite 4 little insulin bombs blowing up in your body, you will not get fat if you are in a calorie deficit. I cannot state that. This is not my opinion. This is science, okay? You cannot argue with science. This has been proven time and time and time again. All the people that believe that sugar is the culprit of making people fat, it's just nonsense. It's complete bollocks. Any macronutrient will make you fat if it's in a surplus. Eat too much protein, you'll get fat. Eat too much fat, you'll get fat. Eat too many carbs, you'll get fat. However, you can have any amount of those macronutrients. If you're in a deficit, you'll lose body fat. You certainly won't put body fat on, regardless of insulin. Insulin is a non-player. It's almost not, it's not even worth talking about. Now, what insulin will do, hormonally, will drive behavior. And what I mean by that is if you have a bowl of cornflakes or orange juice or toast or something very high carby in the morning, not everyone, but for most people, that could make them hungrier. It could drive their behavior to eat more calories. It could drive them to eat more food so they actually overeat. But the insulin itself will not make you fat. Okay? So it's always wise to have, you know, low glycemic foods for the vast majority of some people, especially if they're trying to lose weight, because of the insulin response, because of the hormonal changes. Like, hormones will drive behavior. If your hormones are going off, you know, crazy, you've got insulin, you've got leptin, which is the satiety hormone, you've got ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. If these are all over the place, it could drive you to eat more food, more calories. But the actual hormones are not making you fat. Okay, I just want to clear that up. Regardless, you could eat sugar all day long. I'm not saying you would do that. It's certainly not healthy, no nutrients, but you could. So many studies have proven this. And I tell you what, every single one of my clients, you guys on LinkedIn have seen loads and loads of my clients that are losing 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. And I'm showing them how to have a small amount of what they like every single day, which means they're not restrictive, they're not on some crazy diet, which means they can have sugar, they can have pizza, they can have a beer, they can have a can of Coke, maybe, if you wanted. Why would you? But you could. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're not going to get fat, regardless of that insulin spike, all day long. Insulin, insulin, insulin. Makes no difference. In fat loss, it makes no bloody difference. I'm putting this to bed now. Come at me. Anyone that wants to argue, comment below. You're wrong. I'm telling you right now. This might come across cocky to some of you, and it probably is. but it's the truth. I've been studying this a long time, and there's a lot of charlatans on the internet talking complete rubbish, talking out their arse. Insulin is irrelevant when it comes to fat loss for most people. Diabetic, I'm not getting into diabetic, I'm not talking about that. For most people, insulin is a non-player. It's there, but it doesn't really affect it. Being in a calorie deficit is what will help you lose body fat. In fact, it won't help you lose body fat, it's the only way to lose body fat. You're going to get fat if you're in a calorie surplus. Here's the thing as well, if you're in a calorie surplus, you ate just protein and fat, why do you get fat when there's not much insulin being released? If insulin is what's causing people to get fat. Think about that. Anyway, I hope this makes sense, guys. If it doesn't, drop me a private message. I'm more than happy to chat with you, more than happy to discuss this. Probably going to be some blowback, some people say that I'm talking rubbish, but it's just the truth. I didn't make it up. You know, I didn't, biology, physiology, however you want to call it, it's just how our body works. I did not make the rules. You know, we need a different planet, different creator, different whatever you believe in to change things. It's just the way it is. All right, guys, hope that made sense to some of you, resonated. Keep watching, there's going to be a lot more videos coming your way from me about health, nutrition, mindset. And I appreciate every one of you that's following me. There's a lot of people out there to follow, a lot of people talking complete garbage, but I'm hoping that you like what I talk about and you want to hear more from me. All right, guys, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye. Get off LinkedIn.